Hello and welcome into Open Daggerheart Surgery into Mithral skies. We're here with these skyfaring heroes to roll for some hope and survive whatever fear comes off the back of it. I don't have any announcements at the top of this. Kickstarter for Wondrous Environments, still doing late pledges if you're interested. If you haven't heard about Wondrous Environments already, where have you been on this channel? There'll be a link in the description. It's fine. And invariably through this campaign, we will be probably playtesting those locations because, well, I wrote them, and you lot are going to endure it. Nah. I don't think there's anything else to do, to be honest.
I have an announcement.
Go on.
Oh no.
I don't, I just...
Fair enough. For the record, just because we are using it, the character art for Otto is done by Erin Angelini. You can check them out on Patreon at their Artventuring Guild. Do go check them out.
Hey, that's me.
Incredible NPC character art to use
Otto,
in your
not Erin
games.
Angelini.
Erin would make a damn good ship's computer. They're not watching this, I can say whatever I want.
What a compliment to give.
And forward to...
And guess who is never getting any art ever again?
Anyway.
With special guest appearance from Erin Angelini.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And they're on the podcast tonight.
Not... Just compare this actual play to Unrolled Stories. It's a lot smoother on Unrolled Stories to get to the start. Anyway, with nothing else to say, I think it's time to continue telling our story. Previously, you had been transporting one Professor Ephraim Horticle to the Boreal Glacier. They had hired you for such a quest, not in exactly explaining why they would want to go to such a frigid, kind of very cold place out in the middle of nowhere. But the money was pretty decent, so you took them. Unfortunately, you were forced to flee before they could achieve what they had gone there to achieve, being bathing in the cleansing waters beneath the tree. Upon successfully fleeing a pack of winter wolves and escaping before a blizzard could fully set in and damage your ship, the Otto, you escaped and made it back to the nearby port town of Neotani, where you could have a little bit of shore leave while you got your ship repaired after a successful negotiation by your ship's engineer, quartermaster, varying other titles of everything they do on the ship. Harry. Sorry.
Harry.
Harry. He is Harry.
Yes.
I do be.
Oh, Harry.
And yes, so you took into the port town for a little bit of shore leave, looking for hopefully some new jobs, some new opportunities, and the like. A wanted poster for one Chardonnay was posted up. That was a minor worry, shall we say, that the Inferni family is still very much on the hunt for her. But there also was a posting for a little bit of giant rat cleanup at the bottom of the Nutcracker Goblin Nutcracker Tavern. You inquired there, where they offered you either some gold or free drinks for your for I think it was 3 days. You took the drinks offer, went down, started clearing out the basement, and eventually found a bunch of dead rats because they'd been trapped in there, eaten themselves, and then starved to death. So you
Easiest money we've ever made.
easy money. At least it would have been easy.
We
money.
didn't. Yeah.
Until the point
Easy
that
drinks, almost.
a bunch of pirates attacked the port of Neotani. One led by one Captain Ironbeard Hawker, who has a fairly fearsome reputation on the skies, but a fearsome reputation as someone who preys on ill-prepared locations. Not expecting a fully equipped, rough and ready group of adventurers, you took to the streets and started fighting pirates. But you did very quickly realise that you were probably outnumbered, considering they had 2 ships to their fleet and entire crews of pirates, while you were a skeleton crew running a fairly light ship. So before you could get ganged up on, you blasted their captain into a building, taking it with him, and headed towards your ship, jumping aboard the Otto and taking to the skies. Not before Branthor picked up Professor Horticle, who himself was gibbering, scared, and hoping that someone would save him, roughly picked him up over his shoulder and lugged him with you. So we will pick up with you diving out of the port, leaving Neotani behind, your sails filling quickly to get as much distance as possible between you and the pirate ships, heading into a cloud bank to disguise you. You weren't able to restock or resupply your food or anything of the matter, and to be honest, no, you weren't able to get a cleansing of your name engine done or any kind of ship repairs done, but crucially, you did manage to get your solar crystals replaced. So they're no longer damaged and they are fully charged. What would you all like to do?
Maintenance.
I would like to learn more about the ship by watching him do maintenance. Because I now have a +2 in Engineer Apprentice.
Yeah.
I will watch him do maintenance on me.
That is right. At the end of last session, you all leveled up and gained some new abilities that we will, I'm sure, see as we continue.
I think Chestnut Puddle is taking care of paperwork, by which I mean that I'm in bed on my 4-poster bed, surrounded by paperwork that I've turned into a bed.
Oh.
By taking care of paperwork, you mean adding the paperwork I've given you to the pile.
Yes. And to be clear, when I say I'm in the 4-poster bed, there's the 4-poster bed and I'm on the canopy.
Can I just double check? Is it a 4-poster bed or is it a bed made of 4 posters?
No, it's a 4-poster bed with a bed made of 4 posters at the top.
Gotcha.
What? So I've now got 2 people watching me work, and I am used to not having anybody watch me work. Although, I suppose I'm teaching me apprentice, so I'm just a bit like, yeah, you just do it like this. And I've got like manuals. I'm like, that you need this theoretical of solar energy. You need this, which is an introduction to Mithral mechanics.
Is it a good explanation?
Oh dear.
Do you want to roll me a presence roll?
Presents? Or would it be knowledge?
Presence. Your knowledge is unquestionable. You know the ship very well. That's what's being rolled here. What is being rolled is whether you can get that information across.
So you need to roll knowledge to comprehend, which is one of the abilities of knowledge.
I'm not going to make two. Well, we'll maybe make a reaction roll depending on what your roll is.
Okay.
We'll see how bad you roll and how much Chardonnay can get out of it.
Well, it's a 19 with fear.
With fear.
Oh.
Okay, so you know it goes well. You tell me how much information you get across, and then I'll interject.
Too much. Simply put, it's too much. I'm trying to introduce the theoreticals. I went to at least an engineering college for this.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to
way too many tracks.
Yeah, it's like when I try to explain anything as a real person, me, Hugh, and I'm like, oh, and then there's that. Oh, I'll come back. Yeah.
Just going way too specific too quickly.
Yeah.
Chardonnay, make me a knowledge roll, reaction roll. So no hope or fear generated, but
Okay. My knowledge is -1.
My presence is -1. My knowledge is +3. Your knowledge is -1. I'm presuming your presence is pretty.
I will
Presence
remind
is
you,
+3.
you can spend a hope to use an experience on this should you wish.
Yes, I think I'll have to. There we go. Blah.
Can I leverage my connection that I have with Chardonnay about tinkering and tampering things together?
Do you want to spend
Overall.
a hope to
Yeah, sure.
give advantage?
That is
I have
11.
advantage.
Oh,
So you
Does
roll
that mean
a
I get
d6 and add that to the result.
I can roll it if you haven't got one to hand.
sorry?
Oh, you do. Oily Jim has currently got a little like brush
16.
attachment to his oil nose and is like.
16. You take a decent amount of it in Chardonnay. And you're like, oh, okay, I see how like that line connects to that line, and if I was trying to get that thing to work, I would twist that and turn that, and all of this would connect in. You're getting a
it's all gunked up at the moment. We need to get this cleansed at the next port we get into.
In that moment, as you're like distracted, like explaining things, you fail to notice that there is like a pressure gauge that is just like fully like turning up, and then just as you're like mid sentence, there's suddenly a bang as a bunch of high pressured air comes casting out, and
that's normal.
Your ship is going to mark a stress point.
Shit.
As we are now at the point to start playtesting your ship stat block for the Into Mithral Skies campaign frame. I did share it all with you earlier. I'm not going to put it out online yet because it is a very work in progress thing. But yes, your ship does mark a stress. And we do have to delineate here between the ship and the mind of the ship.
Yes.
This is the
physical side, by which I mean the character, not the ship.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little fixy fix on that, little scrap engineering here and there, little here and that, a little bit of that, a little bit of this.
Yeah, and you're able to patch that up at least for now. At this point, it's worth noting that I believe you put Ephraim Horticle into a little cubby next to like a heat pipe to save him from shock. And he's just like slumbering there, and you're just sitting there going, "We just have someone else on the ride now."
Yeah, I guess.
Said he had money.
He did. Did say he had money. We got paid already, didn't we, for the first job?
You got paid for the first job. Yes.
Yeah. Right. I guess I'll ding the bell with ding ding, ding ding, ding ding to summon the crew. Crew and ship together.
Part of the ship.
I jump down from my four-poster bed, make myself presentable, slink my way over.
Where are we going?
Stomp over. The complete opposite of the cat.
A scamper.
I scamper too.
How does Otto approach?
I don't know if it's possible for me to scamper.
Otto just materialized.
Attempts to scamper. Just sort of
roll scamper check.
Could you imagine
if
Davy Jones?
I was trying to say, could you imagine if this is far enough ahead that it was just nanobots and he just had Otto just like appear out of the floor, just like Iron Man's suit.
Yeah.
No. I am
anyway,
ship, like in Monster House.
Yeah. Anyway, I call an all crew meeting because I'm like, right, the ship, no offense, is not doing so well. And I'm completely against the I've tried my utmost best, and I've done I've done everything I can, but we need to go into port again.
Yes.
Didn't manage to do everything. I mean, luckily we also got our old solar crystals because they left them on the ship when they took the new ones and put them in. So we've got 2 sets now. One of which is I wouldn't use again, but we can maybe sell it for a bit of cash, a little bit of dosh.
Right, good.
So, where are we going?
Right,
I look at the captain.
Yes, I am the captain. And I've been aware of this problem, and I think that we should definitely pull in at the next port. Which, having studied the maps and the charts and such, I know is... Oh, I'm allowed to create. Yeah. Okay, sweet.
I don't have a map for this world.
We'll be pulling in to Port Cloudy. That's Cloudy with an I. That's Cloudy spelled Claudi.
Owned by the famous House of Cloudy.
Yes, owned by the Cloudies.
House of Cloud?
Welcome to the House of Cloud. Now you've become a fish. But yes, it's a bit like, highfalutin, but they will have a port, and it's nearby enough that we're not gonna, destroy the ship in the meantime.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a little bit of slow speed on the way in.
Yeah, it definitely wouldn't have been my first choice, just because things are a little bit more pricey there. But less likely to be attacked by pirates.
Right. Yeah.
More likely we can get the work done.
Is it all sandy here? Is it Cloudy Arabia? House of Cloud?
I mean, boo, but yes. Of course, as a cat, I hate sand. Of course, and it's rough.
Goes everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Is this House of Cloud, or House Cloudy, or whatever, are they Highborne or not?
Andrew, you've invented them. I'm happy for you to continue.
Yes, they're Highborne.
Keep going.
It's basically a private island, but it's a trade post. It's basically like it was a glorified trading post to begin with, but it's become successful enough that it's sort of a town has formed around it.
Mm.
I'm very much picturing, Bryn, you'll get this reference, the various ports in Sid Meier's, where there's just like the nobles, like the mayor's manor, and then nothing else.
Yes.
You rule over nothing.
Have I heard of this family?
Roll me a knowledge check.
Do I get advantage because of Highborne and privilege?
What does the privilege feature do?
It says you have it says you have advantage on rolls to consort with nobles, negotiate prices, or leverage your reputation to get what you want.
So I wouldn't say it applies in this situation, but it will be useful if you go there, for sure.
But you can always spend a hope and use an experience if you've got a relevant one.
I do love having Andrew be the Daggerheart Clippy. It's quite useful.
I do. I have. My third one is one that I'm not attached to. I've just put it in for now, but I don't know if it will actually.
We can have a chat.
Fit long term. Yeah, I couldn't think up one at the time. So
provided you don't use it.
I mean, currently it is improvisation fighting. So minor deviation. My main suggestion was going to be you're coming with me from after picking up Professor Horticle. I don't need that because I've got Bodyguard already, which does the same thing.
I could see.
I mean, you're coming with me has a different kind of vibe.
But it's up to you. There was an idea I had.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me to it.
Anyway,
21 with hope.
21 with hope. Like that hope. Yes, you've heard of House Cloud before. They're a rural nobility, right? They're not necessarily that well connected within the inner spires of the FUC.
New money.
Not necessarily new money, but just like
more.
Yeah, not in.
I'm imagining if you've seen Blackadder 2.
Mm-hmm.
No, Blackadder 3rd.
Yeah.
Like the rich industrialist family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think industrialist, or is it more that they just happen to be in the right place in the right time?
I think
but they're only just edging in to being nobility.
They've got a lot of money, so they're invited to the big tables.
They're always that thing of
really
like the noble that comes into town. They're not in town. And so they're trying to make those connections elsewhere. But that's like their main thing. So they are trying. They've got decent wealth for where they are, and are trying to use that wealth to get into the circles of the FUC and become more attached to the government, get more FUC contracts, get FUC like merchant lanes going through Port Cloudy. They don't have much of a reputation to speak of. So you're unclear exactly like what kind of people they are.
Invented 10 minutes ago.
It's because just in their circles. So you're unclear what kind of people they are, but you understand that their motives are going to be very much driven towards trying to improve that reputation and spread their influence. They're not safe in their respectability and therefore are pushing those boundaries.
This sounds like the sort of place that I would not be welcome. I think I'm far too scrappy and capable of lowering people's reputation to be allowed in such a city.
By just proximity.
Yeah, I think they have someone like on the port gate that is like, I don't know, wearing some beautiful design outfit, takes one look at me and is like, "You're not coming in. Get back on that ship."
Well, we'll just have to spruce you up.
Oh.
I roll to spruce.
It's at that point that
like putting a flower on a shit.
There's a knock at the. I assume you're probably like at the helm or something like that because it's the easiest place for Otto to be included in conversations. There's a knock at the door to the helm to the bridge, and you turn around. You see the little kind of like scrawny stick figure nerd physique of Professor Ephraim sitting there like with a oil stained blanket like wrapped around his shoulders. He's like, Could I ask where we are and where we're going?
Well,
Sky.
Excellent.
And we're going to Port Cloudy.
Very well.
And as you're here, would you like passage to Port Cloudy?
I don't think I have much of an option.
Well, I mean, we could always sort of drop you off somewhere on the way. Sort of
Over
lifeboat you.
If my knowledge of Port Cloudy is of any use, I think it'll be a reasonable place enough for me to stay behind.
Cool. That'll be a
Excellent.
couple of handfuls of gold, please.
No, now to be fair, you know, it's to get you there.
One.
Only a handful, not too much. There is the matter of the fee for getting you out of danger from the previous port.
Do we get the sense that this man is rich or just has some savings and the like?
He doesn't need to be rich, just richer than us.
Definitely not rich. He is not giving off noble vibe. He is giving off scientist vibes. If you know anything about scientists, they're not paid that well.
So what'd you say? We call it 2 handfuls, and we get you there nice and safe. We part ways, good friends. Hey,
Meals included.
Meals included, of course. Board and bed, all included.
I can catch you as many seagulls as you'd like.
And I'm sure we can patch up any injuries you might have sustained on the way.
I mean, I do have a couple of bruises from where your dwarf picked me up. Sorry.
Yes, we can look after that.
Your names. I think I have a concussion.
Well, I'm sure we can probably look after that.
I'd like to use healing hands as like my like.
But not yet.
Too late.
Not yet. Money in the hand.
Certainly, I think. I think my bag was left behind in the tavern.
Well, you'd better go and get it now.
Can I roll an instinct check to see whether I would have picked it up as I grabbed him?
I'm going to say no because you grabbed him from when he came. Because of the whole heat of the moment kind of situation. But in that moment, I tell you what, I will spend a fear to say that you don't get any money. Basically. He's like, but I suppose he kind of like looks around all of you for a second, and you see him like fingering like a thing in his pocket. It's a thing that I believe one of you, I can't remember who, noticed him like clutching fervently as he was picked up by Branthor. It was the thing that he held onto more than his bag of money, essentially. Yeah. Is this sort of like cylinder of highly polished silvery metal with like some like prongs on either end, essentially.
Would I
What's
in
that?
any way recognize what it is? Can I analyze like?
I think you would look at it. I don't need you to roll for this because again, I think you've got decent enough information on things. Like, you don't know what it is for certain, but like you get those like prongs at the end like could be connection things. Like this thing is to be put in something or connected to something.
Yeah.
Chardonnay, your response is like, this was something an old friend gave to me. And was the reason that I was going to the Boreal Glacier in the first place. A lot weighs on my mind on the expedition that Aegidius went on previously. Yes, well,
you still need it?
I suppose I was always trying to figure out where it necessarily belonged.
Well, we can maybe help with that.
I'll tell you what.
Does it look like it's made of Mithral in it or anything?
This is what I'm going to get. Hiri and Otto, could you both make me knowledge rolls?
Can I help?
This is, I will say it's a reaction rolls because I don't want to be generating hope or fear. This is just, but I will say you can still help Andrew if you want. I just don't. I don't want to generate fear off of this. That's all.
Yeah.
I'd like to help by just sort of like nudging Hiri and sort of nodding at Otto because I recognise the name.
Interesting. I got, well, without any kind of bonuses, I got a 19 with hope. Well, not with hope.
Otto?
2d12 again, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. That's not good. That is 11 with hope.
Okay. Otto, you get your mind begins racing over that name, and that's what your brain essentially, your processors start focusing on. Hiri, in that moment though, you kind of like are locked in on that and are not necessarily listening to what he says. You're like, I'm gonna figure out what that is, and like with your healing hand, you're relatively close so that you're like you're able to like properly take a look at it. It's got a small number of like not runing, but like engravings down it, almost to put it in your mind's eye, like smooth circuitry. So it's not like the hard lines of a silicon chip, but like curving, but the same kind of concept that goes up and down it. And those connections, now that you're up close, are very similar to a number of connections that are on this ship. But with that roll as well being kind of, what was it, 19? Before bonuses. It's in all of your years in the FUC, that connection was not standard, right? Your impression is that's a evolution, a new form. Is like USB-C compared to original USB, kind of concept.
Sleeker, thinner.
Yeah.
More information. Jazz.
But I never did figure out what this thing was for. But he obviously felt it was important enough to send it to me before he left. So I've held on to it until I figured it out.
Where'd he go?
He went. He took a ship of his design and sailed it off, saying he was going to be seeking out an effort to overcharge and see what would be possible with putting intense magical energy into solar crystals and what it could do to ships.
Well, I'll tell you what then. Because you don't have any money, and because we're doing you a favour, we'll take that off your hands, investigate it, all that sort of stuff. We'll let you know what it does when we find out. and we'll get you safely to Port Cloudy. How's that sound? All fair. Can I roll presence?
Presence roll.
And I would like to spend a hope to invoke one of my experiences. Chaotic sexy?
Sure. I am, in this process, going to spend a fear to give you disadvantage, because narratively this is something that he has clung on to for years at this point, and doesn't necessarily want to give up. It is a treasured item. So you have disadvantage.
Right. Yeah, I can't use battle ritual for this. So what do I do with disadvantage for this?
You roll a d6 and subtract the roll.
Right.
I can offer assist with my reassurance capability, which I've just gotten. Once per rest, after an ally attempts an action roll, but before consequences take place, you can offer assistance or words of support. When you do, your ally can re-roll their die.
Okay, so let's see the roll first, but before consequences happen, and then you can narrate how you intercede, if necessary.
Yeah.
So that is 13 minus 1 to 12 with hope.
I will sort of, as I've got my hand on Ephraim's shoulder.
Sorry, plus 1 for my presence, back to 13.
As I've got my hand on their shoulder, I'll be like, now, I'm not sure you realise, but this ship itself is actually one of the designs of
Aegidius Oyens.
Aegidius Oyens. In fact, it might be one of the latest designs that he ever came up with, or the newest one. So might be. You've just found the right place for that, completely by accident.
Okay. Re-roll then, Andrew, please.
Okay, is that re-rolling all the dice, or just the
disadvantage can stay the same. I'm fine with the disadvantage.
When you do, your ally can re-roll their dice.
Yeah, re-roll the duality die.
Oh, it's a crit.
Hey!
Double fives.
Crit,
We got a lower total and a better result.
You end up getting a minus with disadvantage, but it's a crit, so you still succeed.
I hope that happens one day. I genuinely do. Because I'm fascinated by the narration, like that peak like comedy slapstick moment where everything goes wrong and yet somehow it works.
Actually, I would have been at 15 because of my experience from the last one, but
around you
it's
and you're
better.
standing still.
Oyens like looks up at both of you, like, wait, sorry, not Oyens, Ephraim. Wait, this is his ship.
Certainly one of them.
I only ever knew him to make one personal vessel. Sure, he designed many for the FUC, but never.
I'll sort of point at like something on probably on the wheelhouse or something. It's like, take a look there. And it's like, a carving or like an embossed plate or something that is like, move aside. I shall like shove the dwarf aside, or try to shove the dwarf aside. Doesn't work.
I literally don't move.
You actually move across as you push.
The dwarf's addition to the ship, Harry had to do so many additional refuel calculations.
Oyens was here, carved into the side of the ship.
Yeah.
The dwarf is so dense.
Messes up the fuel economy.
Comes an arcane door and move you outside now.
Sorry.
Yeah, just like scratched into the wall is just OA, AO
right.
even.
Brother, can you move aside, please? And I like point
one pace.
There's a brass plate that's got like the prototype vessel 01 designed and captained by Aegidius on.
Yeah, you kind of rub this out. Clear the dust on everything, and you'd kind of always left this because you were just like, this ship is what it is. There's no need to do anything with this. And genuinely, the only thing that was visible on this plate, essentially, like it's an embossing, and all that's left is like the dust gathers around it, and then it's just the imprint behind, kind of thing. And it reads The Solar Sailor prototype is what the vessel reads. Right. Well, he never was one for flamboyant names. So this is...
Straight to the point.
This is the ship.
Yeah.
This is the Otto. Yeah.
Where did you find this? Where was... Did you find it?
Well, let me tell you the story. And I'll put my foot up on the railing.
Hat, you cock your hat just right.
I don't have a hat, but I just sort of like turn dramatically into the wind.
Yeah.
You see, it was in my sailing days. Back in the days of, shall we say, legitimate salvage.
My hand immediately goes up. Like, are you still in your sailing days?
I'm still in my sailing days. This was back earlier in my sailing days.
Right.
And you see, I was a salvager. A bold and dramatic one, of course, and I would go after the things left behind, by things below the clouds, below the cloud layer. Or, on the edge of it, about to fall in, that sort of thing. And it was on one such occasion, as I travelled long and hard over the world, I came across this sloop.
And that's the story?
Yes.
Alright.
Great story. Thank you, Chestnut Puddle. Anyway, moving on.
Question, but well, this is fascinating. Did you ever find anything that detailed what happened? If this was a ship, where did he end up? Were you part of the crew?
Oh no. No, you see, I was here with my mate Boots and Wendell.
Right.
And we got us the ship, and oh boy, it was real like spooky. It was like spooky energy time, because it was like right down by like the silver sheets,
Okay.
And like, as we were all there, thinking, really quiet ship, looks fancy, but like empty, and so they thought it was haunted. And there was this sort of figure moving around in the dust. That was that guy, by the way. I point to Otto.
I've cast mysterious mist to make it spooky and silver clouds all around.
But yeah, so they thought it was haunted and legged it. They took my sloop, actually, left me on my lonesome on there.
Right,
on this lovely ship. And off they sailed.
Not great mates, were they?
So the sloop you found was not the Solar Sailor?
No. The Solar Sailor, this one, is the sloop I found from my salvage sloop.
He just describes every vessel as a random type of vessel he's heard of.
Right. Okay.
And so they took my dinghy, and off they went. That's what I was on this lovely pedalo here, you see.
My battleship sailing off into the distance.
And so, I was thinking, right, well, this is a big ship and I can't fly it all on my own, all on my lonesome. So what am I going to do? Well, then luckily, and I walk over and slap Otto hard on the back, which hurts my own hand. I found this one. Just sort of wandering around. And I was like, oh, hello. Can you fly this? And they said, Otto?
Of course I can. This ship is actually me. I am the computer of this ship.
And I didn't know what that meant, but they said they could fly it. And so I recruited them to my crew as the legitimate salvage that I had gained control of this ship, and thus was its captain. And so off we sailed up, out of the mists, out of the silver, and into the skies above.
At this point, Ephraim has just slumped down in the captain's chair, which is pretty much the only chair, or one of the navigator chairs, let's say, to the side, and it's just holding his hand, glasses slipping off the edge of his nose, just trying to process all of the information that's hit him just now. Well then,
And then
there's more.
Chestnut Puddle brought it in to this town that I was in, and that was really cool because I was I was living in a sewer, which I found quite cozy. But there were some people that didn't like me very much because I had dug up the remains of their ancestors, and they're also very rich and powerful. That wasn't going great for me. But then, Chestnut Puddle turned up, and I escaped, and now I'm on the run.
And I thought, this is a likely-looking person. This one, you know, they've got a bright future ahead, and so I invited them to join my crew.
Yeah.
And then you limped into the next port because you had done no maintenance the entire time that you'd had the ship, which had been uninhabited for several. Before you met me, you had kept the engine just about going.
I gave it orange juice.
Kept it going. Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, we gave it plenty much.
I know you fucking gave it orange juice. Do you know how hard? Do you know how hard it is to get orange juice out of a magpie inducer? No, you don't, because you've never done it before.
Out of a magpie juicer?
There's no inspiration in Daggerheart, but damn, I want to give Elliot right now.
Give her a hope.
Fuck it, yeah. Ellie, have a hope.
Yay! I was using it for orange.
She runs off to grab a seagull.
Yeah,
it's like a vitally important part of the coolant system, and it's like you've been just putting oranges in it. Anyway, you limped into port, and I thought, wow, that's a very cool vessel that is barely holding together. I'm getting out of here, and I'm getting on that ship. And I got here, and my God, things were worse than I even imagined.
And so, he spruced it all up, did his good work. And I thought, well, I kind of have to take him now, and I didn't really give him much of a choice.
I didn't give you much of a choice for me to start doing it, to be honest. I just...
Yeah. It was great. I didn't even have to pay him or anything. He just climbed aboard and started working.
Yeah. And now I'm your quartermaster.
Yeah.
And your technician. And your engineer.
Yeah.
And your mechanic.
Yeah.
And then we found a dwarf.
Yeah, then my Branthor turned up and was like, I'm here to guard and serve and... What was it you said, Branthor?
Something...
The contract says
about...
I'm here to protect the scientist.
That was it. Yes, because that's when we found you.
Not
I'm
this
sure
one.
I'm sure it was something about honor and, guarding and, being stoic and whatnot. But, and we've been a family ever since.
Yeah.
Except you.
Yeah, you're new.
Clearly.
But you play your cards right. You can be our stuck-up little cousin or something.
I mean, I'm fascinated as to what happened to my friend and what led to you finding it in the silver sheet. And
I'll be honest with you, my friend. I've not found much of the previous crew, which is unfortunately worse than finding nothing of the previous crew.
True.
Because if I found nothing, I could at least vaguely imagine that anything could have happened, where unfortunately things went a bit awry for them, it seems.
You see him continuing to finger. He's half listening to you.
I'm gonna try and sort of. I know something bad happened to the previous crew, and Otto claims to have no memory of it. I'd like to try and not let on at all that I might know a little bit about the fact that the previous crew met with a slightly unfortunate end.
I have no memory of the... And there's just a sound of just like, file not found.
If you want to try and disguise him, please roll me a presence roll.
Presents, just straight presents.
No, this is to Hugh. You're okay. You didn't have the name. Thanks, Otto.
Up to 14.
I was like, what? What am I concealing?
14 with?
Hope.
With hope. Mark that hope. He looks at you and just goes, assume based on the fact that Chestnut here found a ghost ship that nothing good happened to them, but he never did tell me what exactly he was working on, just that he wanted to sail into the godforsaken Arcano storm. Told me it was suicidal at the time.
Oh yeah, don't go near the big swirly.
Very rare that I'm correct when he wasn't. I think partially he knew, that's why I have this.
Can I have a look at that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Certainly.
I start fully going over it. I have an ability called Reveal, which reveals anything hidden within close range.
Okay. No, that's fine.
Lenses
I'll give you ooh. Yeah, I want you to roll for this. You will get stuff. I just wanted to see how much you get for it. So make me a knowledge roll. And then the gradation assess will determine how much you get.
Can I use my experience of scrap engineering?
It's an edge case, but I think so.
Okay.
Because it's not scrap. That was only the edge case on that, but the engineering part gets you there. So
yeah. So with a +5 to that, that is a 22.
Ooh, with hope.
With hope again. Yeah.
You always roll with hope.
Not the first time.
Yeah, you get 2 clear pieces of information out of this. The first is what this thing is. This is essentially a BIOS and a memory core. It's a hard drive with a boot system set up on it. That's what all of the engravings are. Go on, ask a question.
And then, essentially a backup of Otto, or
that is your interpretation. It is It is a version of what you.
It's an operating system.
What you would suspect.
Yeah.
Otto to have been originally. You think Otto was a weird edge case where something happened after the fact.
Yeah. So would there be one of these aboard the ship, or is this like a storage, like a USB?
That's what I'm about to give you. With the 22 and your analyze, I would like you to explain where on the captain's ship there is a port to connect this thing to.
I would say if we've got the wheel, in the center of the wheelhouse, in front of that, down. I'm imagining there's basically a wooden, a pit just in front of that where there's various bits of steam technology and solar, mag plates and stuff, and dials and whiz bangs and whatnot. And I imagine
yes,
I move it across, and then I see there's basically a hatch in the floor, but it's like one of the ones that it's you grab 2 bits and then twist and it goes and can lift out of the floor. I'm not strong enough. So, Branthor! Left! One hand. Thank you. I imagine there's circuitry and wires and everything this silver core, whatever, Mithral core, whatever it is in the center of this tool.
I will also give you with that there is there's additional ports that you can plug into. You don't have to remove the one that's there should you wish.
Oh. Can I deduce what I think would be the result of adding a second one?
Yeah, I'm happy to carry over that knowledge roll for you on that. I think your assessment as to what this would do, based on your barest understanding of Otto as a construct, is it would not override Otto by any means.
Yeah.
But it may allow Otto to essentially go data recovery mode.
So this is like
And
adding
start
a new drive
feeling-
as opposed to like
Yes.
covering.
Yeah. I'll relay this to Otto. And it's like, I think I might be able to maybe restore your memories.
Now, what you suspect, I'll say within that, is that this drive would have been sent to Ephraim prior to the final voyage. So it is unlikely to be able to recover anything that happened in that final voyage.
But any like base information or whatnot that was provided to Otto. It's like, would you like me to plug it in?
Any additional information could be very helpful on our further quest.
Cracking.
In that moment,
More light go out.
in that moment, there is genuinely just like a dip in power. There's a sudden like,
Yeah.
and then it intensifies back up to a new level as a bunch of systems you thought were dead and buried come back online. A number of the other like bridge stations, like think very Star Trek or Warhammer, like there are these various like stations, suddenly start to blink and come back online like they had a full system reboot. Your brain immediately goes into, we do not have the power for this.
Turns out this was
cool.
Turns out this was a 6 million terabyte zip bomb.
And that power begins to come on. Otto, you begin to like feel like synapses essentially like reconnecting and things reawakening. The ship begins to glow. On the there's like a whole panel that begins like gently like pulsing blue with a like big not a big one but a blue button. There's a couple of other panels that you look at and go like could control various things that you can determine as and when.
That button gets pressed.
Okay.
Can I
Just
cast
that
a
bubble from across the room.
button to make it like lock like an emergency stop? Like, nope.
So across the
I
room,
think
Chestnut battle is just like.
I think Chardonnay definitely beats you all to it. It is. I'm not.
I can do mine from a distance. No.
A hologram appears just below the captain's shelf, essentially showing a map. It's not like a floating hologram. It is like set into the like a pane of glass within the table, essentially, and it shows a map of, as far as you know, the known world of Erie, but with markers that go beyond the edge, that are just in that like undescribed cloud line. You see that there are a bunch of like markers attached to these, implying like openable other files that will explain like what they are, but they are just markers dotted around. I would like Otto to make me a presence roll in this moment.
Straight
Can I
presence.
open some of the files?
I'll get back to you.
What's this for?
I'll tell you if you succeed.
I meant, will I have an experience to add to it? Is what I meant.
What are your experiences?
Helmsman, lifeguarding for when protecting the crew on the ship, and then aeronautical programming.
No, not in this instance.
Oh.
That's a crit. 2 10s.
You feel something turn on that is constitute to a beacon, essentially, like a flight tracker that would be in any aeroplane.
That was what I was about to ask. Is like, can I check we're not broadcasting any
Is
signal?
it now is it now emitting our presence?
You do get that. In that moment, I'm going to spend a fear as you suddenly hear like a basal foghorn echo from outside into the cloud bank.
Do I get hope, by the way? for
you do get the hope for the crit, and you can clear a
Okay,
stress
yeah.
if you want, because you hear this foghorn echo from outside, and you immediately recognise the sound of that foghorn from Captain Ironbeard Hawker's vessels that was in the port. What are you going to do?
Crewmates, I believe we are
actually,
now
within that fear,
broadcasting.
you are then gonna those of you Otto with your like various sensors on the ship begin to hear the sound of like tinkling metal clanking against each other and sailing through the sky. As I need I think Otto in this moment to make a agility reaction roll to initiate emergency procedures as a bunch of scrap is about to crash into your ship.
I can use helmsman for this then, right?
Yes, you can.
Just like steering. Okay.
Can I, with my experience of emergency maneuvers, provide...
you have an experience of emergency maneuvers?
Yeah, it was the one that we agreed on last session as my new one, because I did a fuck ton of them in a very short amount of time, twice in that session.
I think because in this instance it's a reaction roll, I'd say no.
Yeah.
But, sorry, what was that, Gareth?
24 with hope. I rolled a 12 and a 9, and I had +3 to the experience.
It means that your ship takes... Can't do math. 7 physical damage, which doesn't meet your threshold, and therefore the resistance of your ship. It means you like a bunch of scrap goes scattering across the deck of the ship, most of which just sails off.
Superficial damage.
Yeah, superficial damage, scuffing up the ship. And I will pass the spotlight back to you guys, as there are now 2 pirate vessels bearing down on you from outside of a dark fog bank, chasing you down.
I think I sort of run outside. Stop messing up my ship! Battle stations! And yeah, I'd like to call people to battle stations.
Mm-hmm.
Just to clarify, was the foghorn from ours or
No,
theirs?
from theirs.
Theirs.
Okay.
I look around to think about what weapons we have. I realised there were none.
This ship, as far as you know, has no ship-to-ship weaponry. It is a science vessel that you've just discovered.
If there's some sort of find my iPhone thing going up on this ship, can we wrench that off?
Mm-hmm.
Stop whatever beacon that is.
Has Otto mentioned that to anyone? Otto is the only one who has sensed it because they are part of the sensory system.
I did say, like,
yeah.
as a crewmates are, I believe our position is now being broadcast. I did say that before the
In that case, make me an instinct roll, Chardonnay. See whether you can find it.
Okay.
Follow your nose. Goblin noses famously are like radio sensitive.
Can I use my engineer apprentice?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. That is a 15 with hope.
With hope. Damn, you guys are not generating me fear. Yeah, with a 15 with hope, you find one of the dusty stations that at some point someone had put like a sheet over because it was just a dead and broken one. You see that it has like a bunch of broken dials from like serious damage, like someone got thrown into it and broken. But you can see very faint, like red, like flashing LED, essentially, that is like giving off as it. So you know it is of this station, but you don't know quite how. You haven't figured out how to disable it just yet.
Okay. I'd like to try.
Okay.
Could I run out of the cabin and use arcane door to go to create a portal from where I am to a point I can see within far range, in order to get to the engine room as quick as possible?
Yes. Does the portal happen, or do you make a spellcasting roll?
I spellcasting roll.
Cool. Okay. Roll that. I'm going to jump on Chardonnay first.
Can I use engineer apprentice again?
I believe so. If you've got the hope to spend.
Yep. Great.
Jesus Christ!
Great.
You tell me, how do you disable this thing?
I think it'll be funniest if I figured out what exactly needed doing, and knew how to do it, gracefully. But what with speed and urgency being important, I do it. I sort of tear it off, but in a way where it's like that can be mended. I use my engineer apprentice to know the right bit of it to tear off.
Yeah, so you just find essentially the black box and rip it out. I think a bunch of cables tear in that process, but you're like,
I bypassed the fuel compressor
I'm sure
or whatever
he
his
can
rate
repair
is.
the connections. That's fine.
But, hey, what was that noise as I teleport away?
There's a bunch of
see
sparks coming out of the thing now, but otherwise fine.
Do I feel it?
You do feel that come out. It is not an enjoyable sensation, but that signal does die in your head, at least. Jumping over to Hiri, who just teleported into the engine room.
I got a 19 with fear on my spellcasting roll.
Yeah. For the track record, I have 3 fear currently. So you do teleport down there, but at that point, I will jump into initiative. As the spotlight shifts to one of the other pirate vessel coming in that is banking up from on high. It's coming from a high angle to bear down on you. This one is a little sleeker, more dart shaped compared to the broad galleon that's got a couple of scrap launchers on it. And you see that it's got a front bearing grapple ballista onto the front of it that it is just going to point and fire towards the ship. That is a 12 against the ship's evasion.
Ship's difficulty is 15.
15. So this grappling
Awesome.
fires in towards you. You can see it's got the pronged head that would go through and then splay out. And just in that moment, there's too much wind in the air and the shot goes wide in that moment. But this other vessel is relatively fast, is bearing down on you from above. And I will pass the spotlight back to you guys.
Right. I think at this point, Chestnut will take their station by jumping up to the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, doesn't really do anything for Chestnut. Because Otto is flying everything. But what I will do is shout out, Hiri, give me everything you got, down the tube, to use my new ability.
The tube that we canonically figured out is disabled and doesn't work.
No, it's the wheel that's disabled.
Oh, right, yes, sorry.
To use a soldier's bond. When I compliment someone or ask them about something they're good at, we both gain 3 hope.
Oh,
Right, so we got that
sick.
twice.
I mean, if you want to do it with someone else, I'm on 5 hope at the moment.
In that case, I will not shout it to Hiri. I will shout it to Otto.
Okay, I'm on 4, but I'll go max. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'll shout down the tube, Branthor, get out there and fuck them up!
They're on a different boat.
Yeah, the issue is I have no ranged weapons.
So what I would like to do,
Oh, something!
as part of my second bit,
Yeah, you go.
is to sort of plant and pull up on the wheel, which again doesn't do anything but signals to Otto that I would like to go up.
Sure. Make me an agility roll. No, make me a finesse roll, essentially, because this is the controlling ship. I know Otto is fiddly with you having to disable the ship's wheel, you lot. But yes, make me a finesse roll to just see how much tension this puts up the ship under.
Okay, I'm going to spend a hope.
Go on, Gareth.
Yeah.
Can we have the wheel not work, but I can feel where he moves it, and then I can
This is my suggestion of what I want to happen,
and then I can just react to his.
Yeah.
I can choose to react to his.
Yeah. So functionally, the input is there, but it's not connected to an output.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
When he puts forward the all ahead full and the speed and the engines, I can it does do something on the wall of a dial goes up, and I'm like, yeah, all right.
There's a sign-off procedure essentially.
But I'm going to spend a hope to use my experience breaking the rules.
Sure.
Because you're probably not meant to raise a ship up at quite this sort of speed.
Okay. Slash into an incoming vessel.
I'm performing a daring maneuver.
Fair enough.
Because what I want to try and do is basically try and get above them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I want to give them the old switcheroo.
So currently you've got one coming in here to you, one coming in behind, and you're trying to alter the playing field.
Yeah.
Love it.
Right, well that is a 20 with fear.
Yeah.
However, when I roll fear, I gain a hope.
There we go. 20 is a success. You can feel the ship's hull rebel against this slightly. The name engines, the magnetic plates pushing up, and you just feel the ship begin to rise up against this tension. In that moment, I am going to take the spotlight and spend a fear as the dart vessel will fire two smaller prongs towards you, which you see are essentially barbed wire bundles aimed towards your sails as they attempt to try and take out the sails on this. Ooh, double 19s.
That beats our difficulty.
So that will hit the ship's difficulty, and in that moment, the ship, you suddenly feel like the momentum you've got behind with the wind begin to swoosh, slow down as Branthor, you being heading out onto the deck, can see the ship's sails just get ripped. The Mithral strands holding strong in the middle, but all of the fabric in between just gets torn and shredded, and then barbed wire is sitting in your sails wrapped around the Mithral threads, slowing you down. The ship does...
I do need to fix that.
The ship takes 2 stress in that moment, and you feel it. Anyone who attempts to do maneuvers with the ship will do so at disadvantage until that is repaired. I will then use another fear to spotlight as you see from the other ship, Hawker's, but the smog barge, I'm going to call it. The smog barge coming in can use to barrel in at a fairly high speed, essentially at a ramming speed, but it's not quite at the ram. But you see a number of pirates take off with wings, essentially, from the ship, with belching rocket boosters, essentially, out of these winged packs, and begin to fly over to the ship, where they then land on the ship, and there are now 3 pirates on the ship with serrated cutlasses out, and then you see the jetpacks going gutter and die, essentially, are now just gliding wings with no rocket engine on them. And we will put the spotlight back to you guys.
So
I did not give you permission to come aboard.
That's fine. They're about to get off.
Is our speed dictated specifically by the sails, or do we have thrusters as well?
You do have thrusters, but it is predominantly handled by the sails. Thrusters are have you ever been on modern tall ships where they have engines, but the engines are slow and primarily used for movement around port, kind of thing? That's what your thrusters are primarily for.
Yeah.
So they're not going to get you to travel long distances, but in tight, sudden movement, they might help you out.
Cool. I pick up my shield and mace / hammer.
Yeah, you just sprint onto the deck.
How close are they to the edge of the deck?
They have landed fairly squarely in the centre. They do know what they're doing.
Okay, how wide is this? I can't remember. We haven't worked it out.
Yeah, it's still a ship. So what are you looking for? What's your push? Because I suppose that's where we're
on a success, I can knock them back to close range.
Close range. I think it would require 2 pushes from the centre to get someone off, essentially.
Yeah, you got, was it melee, very close, close, far?
Yeah.
Maybe just kill him.
I also have
just
a
beat him with hammers.
So I would like to scramble up there. Also, how if are they in a circle that I could stand in the middle of, and they're all within very close range?
At the minute, we'll let Branthor take the spotlight.
Okay.
You are still currently on the captain's deck, ripping a black box out, essentially. But we can jump to you in a second. Just Branthor has run out
to
full steel.
just go into the middle of them.
Yep.
I'm going to pop Unstoppable as well.
Yep. I will say they're not like a tight group. They have like placed themselves around. So.
Yeah, but I'm going to try and get. I'm going to push.
You're going to try and
into
draw them into you in the center.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Go for it.
Kind of like a taunt, as it were.
Yeah.
And I am going to hit one of them. The one who is closest to the edge.
Absolutely. Yeah. Go for it.
So it is just a normal attack roll. So that is a 17 with hope.
That will hit.
Cool. So they take 2d8 damage.
Did you up your proficiency? Oh yeah, all your proficiencies went up with the level up, didn't they? Yeah.
2d8 plus 5.
Yeah.
So 12 points of damage.
That is their major threshold. They take 2.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Because I'm adding a hope to this as well, which deals an additional.
That's better.
Which deals an additional d6.
So we're on 15. You said we're on 12 right now, yeah?
Yeah, so 15 total.
15 total. Cool.
I'm then going to spend a. How hurt do they look?
I mean, they took a. You smashed them up good, but they're now like going to bring their cutlass around to swipe at you.
Oh, hang on, hold on. After you make a damage roll, what do you do? Oh, I also need to add a d4 to that because I went unstoppable.
Ah!
Yeah.
That's another 3.
So 18?
18 total.
This guy looks pretty fucked up.
Then I will not do. I will not spend a second hope.
Okay.
Actually, because I could have made him vulnerable. If he looked quite hurt, then I was. If he didn't look quite hurt, then I probably would have.
If I get to the middle of all of them, how close are they? Are they all in very close range?
No, they would all be within close range if you got in the middle of them.
Okay.
Are 2 of them within very close?
Yeah. Is there any position I can get to where more than one of them is within very close?
Do a
What are you trying to do? Let's map it out.
Rain of Blades.
Rain of Blades.
So that is where I conjure throwing blades that strike out at all targets within very close range.
I think they're clever enough to not be close with essentially jumping onto the ship, and especially with Branthor having pushed one away, that they've kind of like kept their distance. But you can get out and definitely do it to one.
It costs a hope, so I think I'm better off just attacking. In that case, instead of jumping into the middle of all of them, is there somewhere that I could hide?
Yeah, I mean, there's all manner of things on the deck of the ship. You tell me what you want to hide behind.
Just had a washing machine flung at us by a cannon.
There's a bunch of scrap.
Yeah, or like a coil of rope that I can. Yeah.
Palm tree.
So do I? Yeah.
My scratching post.
Okay. So am I now hidden?
Do you need to make a roll to do that? I believe you do. Make me a finesse roll to hide. As you come, jump, running out onto the ship, see that at a high point, and dive into it, hoping that their attention is on Branthor and not on you jumping into the rope coil.
That is. Oh, I thought they were both the same number. They're not. 16. Yeah, 16. With hope.
Mark that hope, and you dive in, and their attention is very much on the very dangerous, very angry metal dwarf.
Awesome. I am now cloaked.
Yeah.
And I'd now like to attack from where I'm hidden.
Go for it. Yeah.
And I'll go. Can I do the one that's closest to death?
So you see the one that Branthor's pushed back. He's stumbled down on a weak knee that Branthor smashed in with his mace.
Yeah. Okay. I will attack with returning blade. Yeah. Okay. So for attack, how does that work again? Is it still the same duality die?
Same rolls. You got it.
Okay. And then I add my finesse, is it?
I believe if your weapon is finesse, you're throwing dagger.
Okay, that is a 21, but with fear.
So that will hit. Roll me the damage. I will take fear. We're back up to 3.
Okay, so that's 2d8 plus 2d6, I think. Oh, that's cooked. My rolls are terrible. 11.
11.
4 dice involved. I only managed to roll an 11.
That it does mark his final hit point. What does it look like as he goes down?
Yay! That's a returning blade through the skull.
He's down on one knee, like pulls up his metal blades and goes to like spring towards the dwarf, and like mid jump, just gets bodied and goes scattering across the deck. Branthor, you just see this happen.
Oh yeah, can I add a bit of flavour to that?
Yeah.
He ends up ending up at my feet. I turn around, look at the other two, and then just paste his skull with my boot.
The structural integrity gone from where the knife went in, just...
Yep, it just watermelons across the deck, and then I just raise my hammer and just point at both of them.
Cool.
Is there any baddies on the other ships?
You're about to find out. As I take the spotlight, the dart vessel, which you don't know the name of. Do you know the smog barge? It's quite legendary. But the other one,
I thought
make a note.
What's his face was bad at naming things.
I am bad at naming things.
No.
Yeah, you see it come like barreling down towards you, having already like shredded your sails, and it is going to attempt to ram into your ship's hull. And try and like it, and again, it's got this whole vessel is designed to apparently like pin things in place. Its prow is like a what's those like armor-piercing arrowheads?
Bodkin.
Like it's like the prow is designed like a bodkin to essentially hit and lodge in as it's going to come barreling in towards your ship. That is going to be a 17 to hit your ship. I'm afraid.
Is there any way we can boost it in any way?
I'll tell you. Maybe there is. Maybe the ship suddenly has a bunch of new features that maybe just need to be turned on.
What's our ship's evasion?
Your ship's difficulty evasion, because I'm running it as like an adversary stat block, essentially, is 15. But again, we're playtesting this.
We have 3 stress. We have a total of 6.
Wait. What if I used 3 prayer dice to lower that by 3?
Can prayer dice lower attack rolls or only add to them?
It says... okay, no, I can only reduce incoming damage.
Yes, you could reduce the damage coming from this, potentially taking none.
Let's get above a 15 to cause us damage.
Yeah.
I have a thing called Rogue's Dodge, but I assume that only I can use that.
Yeah, you can't put that on the ship.
No.
There are things, if there's anything you want to think about doing like that will work for the ship specifically, feel free. There's some suggested features on the ship's stat block, but full on, you're not just the crew fighting cruise ships, you're also in a ship-to-ship combat.
I'm looking at the
Cool. That is 19 points of damage to the ship. Sorry, 19 points of damage, so the ship takes 2 hit points.
What are our thresholds?
Your thresholds are 15 and 26.
That's it. Yeah, so 1, 2.
Can we reduce that in any way?
And the ship pins in place, and you feel essentially your ship now, for all intents and purposes, stopped. You are now level with this thing, dragged down massively, and it's reacting against like your movement. I will then spend a fear to have enemies from that ship lead a cry of a charging cry and begin to barrel onto the ship as yes, a different pirate captain. Brayden, you're on the ship. What does this pirate captain look like? The second in command to Hawker.
2 peg legs.
Old 2 legs.
So I'm going to go with halfly your idea, but has anyone seen the Clone Wars when Darth Maul comes back?
Oh, with like metal like chicken legs.
With the scrap spider legs.
Yeah,
Like
they're like
vulture legs, like
reverse, like claw legs that actually leave. Yeah.
Bloodletter.
Yeah.
Okay, metal bloodletter, reverse hinge legs.
Yep.
Oh, 2
what
legs.
ancestry?
I'm going to go with a halfling.
Ooh.
But the legs are twice as long and twice as tall as his torso.
He just looks like an emu in my head.
Yeah.
When the only option.
His name is Old 2 Legs, which just like implies the number of legs he has, which isn't the most extraordinary thing about him, but it seems to have stuck.
And he goes by the name of Ironclaw, but within like the mercenary side of things, he is just known as Short Leg, which really annoys him.
He keeps making the legs longer to make up for it.
It's quite clear.
Stubby or something.
Yeah, it's quite clear that he really wishes he had been born in like a giant's body, not a halfling's.
Replacing other bits with longer extensions.
Yes.
I'm very much vibing out what stat blocks I'm using for this. Now you're tier 2 and that kind of stuff. You see also what he does is he comes across with like this giant vulture. This giant vulture essentially holds him by the shoulders and like drops him down on the deck, and then the vulture is like flying there, ready to screech and attack as a bunch of other pirates also join him on the ship. All wielding like hooked axes, pickaxes. This ship is very much like in the hook and peel kind of energy. We're gonna say there's another 2 hordes of pirates run across.
Hordes?
Yeah, as in they're the horde stat block style. It is.
Was that 3 individual pirates, or was that a horde originally? Or
so the 3 that you've got currently on the ship are 3 individual pirates. They're like elite troops, and then 8 pirates have run onto the ship as 2 hordes of 4, essentially.
Right. Plus Iron Legs or whatever the name
plus
that's old Iron Legs.
Old Iron Legs, yeah.
You can't
Old 2 Legs himself.
You can't join this crew unless you've got something iron about you.
Iron
old
Legs.
Short Legs.
Old Iron Ear.
The hordes run onto the ship, attempting to essentially overwhelm Branthor, but they're not actually acting beyond that. That's just narrative. But Ironclaw will act.
You just got here, my guy.
And is going to essentially he pulls out a bow at this point, this like gnarly looking thing, and pulls it back and tries to shoot you, Branthor. With a 19 to hit.
What's his plus? Serious question.
Plus 2.
Okay, so unless you roll a 3 or lower, he hits.
Wow. 12 points of physical damage.
Right, okay.
and he is going to mark a stress to pin you in place. So this bolt, this like thick bolt, pins goes through your shin and digs into the deck beneath you, and just you're pivoting on one foot like a basketball player right now.
No, I don't. So I will spend 1 armor slot to take no damage because I'm currently unstoppable. So I reduce it. I reduce a major down to minor
with an armor slot,
and then minor down to none.
Do you have to spend another armor slot? Does the armor slot already do that?
No, unstoppable reduces the severity of physical damage by 1 threshold.
Sick.
And it specifies minor to none.
Yep, that's I'm not complaining. I just want to know the rule.
Also can't be restrained or vulnerable.
So yeah, this like shot goes through your leg and you just like pull it out.
Oh no, I just snap the arrow off, leaving it halfway through my shin, and just go, I've taken worse training wounds.
And then as part of his passive, the vulture does get to act, which means it is going to go after our little Chardonnay.
Chardonnay's still cloaked, aren't they?
Does it not reveal you from attacking?
Yeah, I'm revealed because of attacking. Attacking.
I just need to find an appropriate stat block for a giant vulture.
How close is Chardonnay to me?
1 hit point.
I swear there's a giant eagle in here somewhere.
Probably at sort of very close range because Chardonnay's hidden behind something is out of melee reach.
Giant eagle.
Yeah.
So I have no
bring
idea.
it down because it's not a giant eagle; it's a giant vulture. So it's not as terrifying, but it will make. Yeah, it is going to swoop towards you and attempt to try and pick you up, Chardonnay.
No.
What is your evasion?
It's 13, but I might spend 3 hope to make it 15.
You don't need to. It only rolled an 11. So you see this bird sweep in towards you and just dive back underneath the rope.
I also go.
It grabs the coil of rope in that moment and pulls it away, revealing your hiding spot. But other than that, you are unaffected as this rope goes disappearing.
Giant birds, the natural predators of goblins.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to pass the spotlight back to you guys. If you want to use the spotlight move to grab onto the rope.
Yeah, I'd like to grab onto it.
Cool. Make me a strength roll. It's not going to be a high DC because I kind of want this to happen.
That didn't work.
Otto, would you rather I do evasive maneuvers or full speed
15.
ahead?
15. You successfully grab the rope and are I'm assuming you want to then be taken off, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether that's a good plan.
You're taken up into the air. This vulture and looks down towards you and spies you, angry, beady eyes at you.
Can I?
I will let you in that roll. That will count as you climbing up if you wish as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
We employ our finest trireme tactics here and just fucking ram them.
We've been speared in the side, so we're now if they keep going, we're just going to keep turning.
Yeah.
So
I guess
I would say before you do your thing, Hiri, because we've got the barbed wire up in the sails.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to use deft maneuvers. Once per long rest, I can spend a stress to move anywhere within far range without making an agility roll to get there. So what I'd like to do is sort of from where I am in the at the wheel to do a series of sort of dramatic jumps and swings and pivots and acrobatics to basically launch myself up into the sails.
Okay.
To where the barbed wire was.
Yeah.
With my dagger, I'm just going to sort of cut it free.
Okay. Make me a... I think this is a finesse roll, but I'm happy to be negotiated with.
I mean, I'd say that's fair.
Finesse feels about right.
Yeah, cool. Make me a finesse roll.
Okay. I'm just going to go straight in on this.
Come on, crit.
So that is brain maths. 15 with hope.
That is a success with hope, and you successfully clear one of these barbed bundles from the sails. That means like that section could be repaired by someone getting in and repairing it, and isn't going to be a danger now. So it also stops it like tearing further, especially. It's like, is it working?
Yeah, because I want us to move. Is that all the barbed wire in the sails?
There is another one in the sails, and you still have the spotlight.
Okay. Would people mind if I
try again?
Try to make my way over to that one.
Well, I'll quickly use an action because it doesn't give me I don't have to use a roll for it. Evasive maneuvers or full speed ahead. Otto, I'm like, Otto, what do you want me to do? Yeah. Do you want me to do full speed ahead or evasive maneuvers?
I thought I answered before. Might as well do evasive maneuvers, right? If we're trying to get out of the way.
So evasive maneuvers adds the tier to our
difficulty. So essentially, your ship's evasion becomes 17.
Yeah, or full speed ahead means that you have an advantage on finesse rolls to move the ship.
So currently your ship is considered restrained, and essentially you can't move the ship against the other.
Yeah, I feel like the increasing the evasion would be more useful. Right?
Okay, I flip some switches and
you essentially turn on all of the minor movement thrusters that can allow you to shift stuff out the emergency.
Yeah, maneuvering thrusters to full. Cool. That's me.
So I'd like to swing across to the other. Barbed wire.
Make me an agility
which
roll.
Will be an agility roll to get there.
Yeah.
I'd like to spend a hope for using experience.
Sure.
I'm gonna go with you got this, right?
Say it to yourself. Sure.
Yeah. Bollocks. It's 13, 14, 15. 16, 17 with fear.
Alright, we'll take the fear back up to 3. But you do successfully swing across there. In that moment, as you swing across there, four of the pirates that ran on from the dart begin to see you moving up in the rigging, and are going to move up the rigging towards you, and are going to make a group attack against you. In that moment. But that is only a 6 against your evasion.
My evasion is 13.
Yeah, you are swashbuckling through the rigging, fencing them off, kicking them down, when they've got to hold on to the boom and pull up the ropes again as they're up there. I
will their buckles real good.
Then use another hope. Another fear. To have a scrap launcher again fire over as they've loaded one of the other ones. You can see now that the smog barge has got 2 scrap launchers on it, and they're loading one while the other one fires as it fires in towards your now evasion 17, which won't hit. So you tell me what happens with the boosters to dodge this incoming barrage of scrap.
I've got a filter window going outside. I'm fuck! I kick a lever and it the thrusters to our port side just it just sails past us.
I'm low-key inventing these mechanics on the fly in my head. Scrap launchers, if they get close to evasion, deal half damage. But this was nowhere close, and so it deals 0 damage. As that ship fires in, that ship continues to move in closer, but you don't see any other people flying over. And then we are going to have the. I'm going to spend one more hope to have.
You've got hope now?
That's it. The 2... I keep saying hope. Fear. The 2 that are fighting you, Branthor, move in with their cutlasses. One of them is going to mark a stress to use their reinforce action. They move into melee range with an ally to make a standard attack against a target within very close. On a success, it deals more damage. But that is a 6 to hit you.
That hits.
Branthor, is your evasion 6?
He's got an evasion of... His evasion's like 5, isn't it?
Oh,
serious.
Wild.
Damn. Less than half.
16 plus 2. 18 physical damage.
Cool. I will. So that is major. So I will use an armor slot. Put it down to 1.
Down to minor.
Down to minor. And that is all I can do because I can't use multiple. Oh, no, yes, I can. I will mark 2 armor slots and take nothing again.
You can mark 2 armor slots, can't you?
Yes, I can do more in certain instances, but not always.
Ah, sick. But I will pass the spotlight back to you with 1 fear remaining, as the tide of the battle is very much in the balance. Otto,
take the wheel. You are the wheel. Take it.
The wheel. Is there a way I can maneuver us out?
Captain's hand.
You want to try and unhook yourself from the barbed ram?
I feel like that would.
Okay. This is going to be a high DC.
Would that even be possible? That's what I mean.
It's definitely possible. Anything's possible. It's going to be a high difficulty check, and you'll probably take some damage if you achieve it. Damage the ship can take.
I'd like to spend a hope, and my emergency maneuvers experience to provide advantage if I can.
I think
we're in communication through the
have advantage on the roll. I'm going to set the difficulty at 25.
What is the advantage again for
plus D6?
I shall roll it now.
You say 25?
25. Yeah. This is very hard. This ship is designed to pin you in place.
So I have to get a 12 and 11.
So I've got 6 rolled from the D6
or a crit.
Plus 6 from the 11. Is it a finesse roll?
It is a finesse roll, yes.
Oh, he critted, Geth.
Did he crit?
Double 6.
Yeah.
Nonchalantly, it's like, well, I'm crit.
Tell me how you successfully wrangle the ship off a grappling ship ram.
Roll.
Okay, I'm gonna do.
Most ships can't feel it.
I'm gonna do the old snake bite trick. I'm gonna push us in deeper, and when they move to readjust, I move us away.
Oh, that's sick. I love that. Yeah, you just lean into it so it starts to it loses its purchase slightly, so they try to re-hit, and then in that moment you just yank out. The ship does mark a hit point for that. Rather than any roll of the dice, just as it does take out a few beams in the process, but otherwise the ship pulls away, and you are able to begin to move the ship away should you wish.
Is that
still with you guys?
Is that my full focus?
You can keep going at this point. You roll.
As I'm swinging along the pipes, and I basically jump down and pull down on 2 massive levers for full speed ahead. So we now add to you have an advantage on finesse rolls to move the ship far or greater distance.
Cool. I did want to know how easy it would be to just pick someone up and throw them overboard.
In theory, if you wander out, you can certainly try.
Would that be strength?
It would be a strength roll, yes.
Okay, I've got +3 strength, so I'm gonna just walk over to the closest enemy, just just walk and just pick them up and just throw them.
Oh no, he's doing it again.
I roll a crit again.
Also, I do apologise. I was wrong with how the hit points works with hordes. Technically, there are 24 pirates on the ship.
Okay. 4 felt a little low for a horde.
There's 3 pirates per hit point. They have
This feels a lot more dramatic now than I was jumping and spinning away from 24 pirates.
Well, 12 pirates coming up to you.
12 pirates.
Yeah. So Gareth, who do you go for? Would you just go for one of the generic pirates that's hanging on the ship?
I feel like it would be one of the big guys. It would be funny to throw one of the
12 pirates.
Just imagine just
pick up Iron Feet.
Pick up Iron Feet.
Iron Toad is far enough away from where Otto
I feel like he
would
was
have had
too
to
far.
move to get there. But you can take one of the ones that Branthor was fighting if you want.
Yeah.
Pirates near Branthor.
Can you imagine just like swinging onto an enemy ship and like your biggest guy just get picked up by the prow and just thrown off?
With a crit, I'm going to say that like just Branthor, as you're like fending these two off like barraging blows, you suddenly hear one of them go, "What? Ah! You just hear him just go sailing off the side. He does have gliding wings on, so he may come back. He doesn't have an engine, so it might take a while.
Yeah.
Wait, very hard.
Throw to Chardonnay on the rope being pulled by a vulture because that. Yeah. I want to know where that's going.
Wow. Can I use either my grappling hook or my whip to pull myself up? I don't necessarily want to just climb the rope because that will climb to its claws. So I would like to
You're trying to ride the bird
onto its back.
I want to ride it.
Chardonnay wants a pet.
Make me a roll.
This is the moth all over again.
My giant vulture now.
What should I go for? The whip?
I feel like the grappling hook, just like hooking over its shoulder and just pulling yourself up on it.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have any stats for the grappling hook.
Oh, the grappling hook was part of your inventory. Okay, in that case, I will call it a...
That feels finessey.
It feels finessey roll to me.
Okay. Can I use fake it till you make it? This feels like something where it's just pure belief.
Ellie, I love the hustle, but I don't think so.
Can I spend a hope to help with my experience breaking the rules? No, my experience, you got this, right? As I see Chardonnay just like pulling out a grappling hook, like.
So you just shout from the rigging.
It's bold.
You got this, Chardonnay!
Sure.
Yay!
It's bold. I like it.
I don't know what you're doing with that, but I am intrigued.
Hey, you'll never guess what.
No, another crit.
2 threes.
Roll me 2d6 plus finesse. 2d6 plus just 2d6. It's a grappling hook. It's not a weapon. Roll me 2d6.
I have a quick mechanical question, Yethan.
Yeah.
If I use a prayer die to add 1 to a roll, does that technically stop it being a crit?
No, because the crit is just the fact that it's doubles.
Okay.
3 and a 2.
3 and 2, so 5
you're
points of
particularly
damage.
ill, by the way. But...
Eagle takes 1 hit, the vulture takes 1 hit point of damage as you wrap it around and can pull yourself up with a crit to be riding its back. It is not happy that you're up there and will attempt to throw you off when it gets the spotlight.
I imagine so.
So your guy's done?
Nonetheless, it doesn't yet have the spotlight, so
Correct.
I would like to. Well, I don't actually have.
Stabbing up real good.
I had the plan, but this has changed somewhat.
What do you got here, Ian?
I was going to say, can I real quickly, as I see that like Otto has left the helm, the wheel room, I'm just like, and I just like flick a switch, and all of the controls for the helm come straight to me. I'm just like,
remember, I don't need to be.
I was doing all the work
at the helm to steer the ship. I just have to be on the ship.
Could I do a finesse roll to get the fuck out of here?
It would be as in a finesse roll for the ship. Sorry.
Yes.
Yes. You could use a finesse roll to essentially start trying to like power away.
I do have advantage because of full speed ahead.
You do indeed.
Which will leave Chardonnay on a bird behind because they're not attached to the ship.
The bird can fly.
Chardonnay cannot.
Check me first.
So I rolled a 10, 3, plus 5 for advantage, plus 1 for finesse. Numbers, that's a 20.
A 20?
A 20 with hope.
Mark that hope. As the ship, suddenly all of you on the ship stumble, like have to take a couple of steps back, but basically the combat doesn't change because everyone stumbles in the same motion.
Branthor just like... I rolled a 9, which means I also can clear a stress or gain another hope. So I'm now at 6 hope.
Don't forget to spend them on your epic stuff and combo moves. Yes, as the ship lurches with a sudden speed, Otto, you swear you hear Ephraim just like cursing, like in like Disney movie cursing, because it's who he is. It's like, oh heavens! And like tumbling around in the on the bridge, like pinballing between different stations, essentially.
I open a little hatch out, like which goes out the back of the engine room, like towards the enemy ship, and just go.
You can see the dart.
That's like a scrap cannon, like oh, fuck.
Yeah, the barge is slower than you in terms of acceleration, so you're leaving out on the line. The dart is turning and looking to give chase, and you still have people on the deck, but it is still your spotlight.
Right. Is Shorty still on the deck?
Shorty, yes. As you left his ship behind. I love how we've given him 3 different names so far.
Yep. Would anyone like to help me try and take his legs away?
Yes, I would like to do a combo move. I would like to help with a combo move.
Oh, I'm living for Bryn inventing this guy just so we can take his legs away.
Can I also join? Can we do like a can I hold him while you pull his legs off or something?
Fuck it, why not? If another person spends 3 hope within the next, if all 3 of you can roll into a single attack roll.
I'm also going to spend 1 hope to use Metalworker as well, to give me a +2 to this.
Okay.
Okay, I spent 3 hope.
So we've got me. We've got Chestnut.
All of you just roll whatever attack you're going to do, and then we'll narrate based on what happens.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's weapon attacks for each of you, unless someone's doing a special
I'm doing
ability.
a weapon attack.
Yep, it'll be a weapon attack.
It's weapon attack, and
it's whoever has the best roll out of all
your
three
gauntlets.
Yeah.
So the best roll goes in.
I got 15 with fear.
15 with fear.
I would like to spend a hope for experience for my chaotic sexy.
We don't need to. I got double 12.
Well, I spent it now.
You can tell me what the chaotic sexy thing is in your thing, as I would like each of you to describe what this combo maneuver is as you all come in.
So we only use the roll of the successful one, don't we?
Yes, so you all get a crit. So you're all going to be doing crit damage on this. I just want to hear the narration before we roll damage. As you all come...
a crit means I can clear a stress and gain hope, doesn't it?
Narrate the attack, and then we'll narrate the damage after you've rolled it.
So I think the chaotic sexy portion of this is that from up in the rigging, as the ship sort of lurches forward, I hook my grappler onto the rigging, let the chain spool out, and then sort of swing down and around, and basically just wrap myself around like a maypole.
Right.
Just wrap my chain around his legs.
So the chain goes around the legs, leaving the torso on there, so the chain pins the legs in place.
I have an idea. How about Branthor and I so your chain comes down. Branthor and I hook it around his legs. You swing down, which in turn pulls him up by the legs. Then you swing into him, kick him, his legs are stayed attached, and the rest of him goes flying off the ship.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Branthor, any additions?
I would like to say, when we do that, I am going to literally hit him with my hammer right where, just below the torso, so where the legs are attaching to him. Just to weaken it.
What I imagine is the chain comes down, and then the whole classic rope. Chestnut comes down, pulling him up. Then just the large metal angel comes, pins the legs in place as an anvil, essentially, just for Branthor to come in and poof.
I've got my arcane gauntlets. I could punch the chains into his legs.
Yeah, so you just punch both ways like this at the hammer and fists. Okay, so to remind everyone how crits work, roll the dice as you would normally, and then add an additional bonus on top for the maximum that the dice would roll. So, for example, I think Bryn, you do 2d8 plus 4, correct?
Just
traditionally, standard weapon.
Traditionally, yes. 2d8 plus 6.
Okay, so how that would work for Bryn is it would be 2d8 plus 6 plus 16 would be the damage that Bryn would roll in that instance. Obviously, Bryn's got other things coming
up. The maximum of the dice.
That's the explanation of how crits work.
So I rolled 14 plus 6 plus another 10, so I rolled 30 damage.
How did you roll 14, but max is only 10?
Because I rolled 2d10.
Okay, so the max is 20, not 10.
Oh shit! So it's 40 damage.
40 damage.
We're going to need to do some maths for me in a moment.
Okay, so just for the record, the 40 is already above his severe threshold.
I'm not 24. It's 24 from me.
That is his severe threshold.
So for me, we have 2d8 plus a d6 plus a d4.
2d8 plus a d6
So
plus a
we've got
d4.
to 26.
That's 26 to begin with.
Yeah,
Plus
plus the 6 standard is 32.
14, and then plus another 8, so another 22.
On the 26.
64.
Is that 22? On the 26?
That's what I then rolled.
Yeah,
That's 64.
yeah, 64. So that doubled what the two of you had already done, so 128. Now,
Oh my God.
I know Daggerheart has the optional rule of double severe, does 4 damage, but you are at quadruple threshold. We're breaking the game already. I allowed 3 of you to attack on 1. So exactly what you said happens. Ripped apart, the legs dangling from the mast, the body sailing over the edge. He may return like Darth Maul somehow.
The top half of him goes over the edge.
I just yell, "You were never that tall to begin with."
I'm going to use my last fear in that moment to intercede, and the vulture, seeing its owner go over the ship, is going to dive after it, even with Chestnut on the back.
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay on the back. And in that moment is essentially going to try and barrel roll Chardonnay off. Chardonnay, I need you to make me an agility reaction roll.
We can't help with this, it's a reaction. And we're very
And
far
you're
away.
miles away.
We're now at far range from Chardonnay.
How far is she exactly?
Far range.
Shit far range.
Okay, because my prayer dice are for allies within far.
This is
Okay, I
shit
got
far, so it's
17.
further.
17. You managed to hold on,
Okay.
should you wish to hold on to the vulture as it is diving after its master and your ship is sailing away.
There's a lot of
Can I-
enemies on the ship that are in Rain of Blades range.
Yeah, can
And
I get back to the ship somehow?
Can I
Pull a parachute out if
Can I
you're-
fly over and get her?
Well, hold on. How's Chardonnay handling this, diving past the ship behind first? Because I'm done with the spotlight at this point.
Is it diving and I could theoretically just jump from...
So the ship is it's a couple of 100 feet from you at this point, having boosted away. Not a couple of 100 feet, but a decent distance.
And this thing going overboard, does that mean that the bird is heading back towards the ship? Because that's where the overboard...
So,
Yes.
hold on. So, yeah, ship
Heading
here,
towards the
this
ship.
guy's gone off, the vulture's now going this way as the ship's continuing. So it is following the ship. I wouldn't say it's gaining.
Okay. Now, I don't know whether we're using movie physics or real physics, but
I mean,
There's
we just
something
ripped the guy in
where
half, so...
could get my grappling hook onto the ship.
What's the range of the grappling hook?
I don't know, I just have grappling hook written down.
It just keeps coming out of the back.
Probably far.
I tell you what,
Probably far
if you
range.
use your Wanderborne feature to have a super long rope,
Yeah.
do you have to mark a hope to do that, or something, or mark a stress, something like that?
Yes, I think it's mark a hope to get something out of the bag.
Yeah, spend a hope to grab something helpful. Yeah.
If you spend the hope to do that, I will give you the ability to roll to try and throw the grappling hook to the ship.
Lovely.
Cool.
What am I rolling?
This will be strength, because this has got to be an absolute Hail Mary 100-yard NFL throw of a throw.
I don't have anything that can help with that, I don't think. Dang.
I can. Yeah, so can
I've
I
got-
fly
I've
out
also
and
got an
grab it
option.
if she misses?
Let's see where the fiction takes us. Then if a paramedic needs to jump after her, lifeguard even.
14.
14. You see the grappling hook begin to fall away. You are no longer attached to the vulture either, which is going to make it much harder to stay on. But you're still riding it. You haven't fallen off. Was that actually 14 with hope or fear?
Oh, I think it was fear.
Cool. I'm going to say with a failure with fear, in that action to launch it, you stumble and fall off the vulture. And are now free falling in midair.
Okay,
It is now spotlight shifts to me. The captain is thrown off the ship. I think I'm just gonna have I'm gonna have one soldier essentially just slash at you, Branthor, before jumping off the ship. Ignite, the wings go out, and is gonna dive after the captain as well. But it is gonna make an attack against you. That will hit for 17 physical damage. And then just goes running off the ship, the wings go out and dives after. And the spotlight is back to you because I'm going to hold on to that fear that was generated.
You mentioned that some of these things have little jetpacks on them.
Not jetpack, but glider wings.
They have glider wings, and they had one-time coal boosters that got them onto your ship that then sputtered and died.
I'm by the back window, can I use Arcane Door? So I have no adversaries within melee range.
No.
I make a spellcasting roll. On a success, I spend a hope to create a portal from where I am to a point within far range I can see. It closes once a creature has passed through it, which to me means that someone can go from either way through it.
Yeah.
We're playing with portals, boys.
So you essentially trying to open a portal underneath the falling Chardonnay back into the room.
Yep.
I think that is. I'm going to say it'll increase the difficulty by 2.
Okay. That's fair.
Of whatever the spellcasting roll associated with it is. To catch
13.
it. I think even if you get a success, it'll give Chardonnay a reaction to try and fall in. But if you get more than two higher, she'll just fall in.
I will start.
Correct.
I will start.
What do you think it is? Yeah.
Oh, no,
Even when we take the D20s away from him. Chardonnay, you just suddenly start free falling. And you're like, what can I do? And then suddenly there's just a hole leading into the engine room beneath you.
You do sort of end up in a pile of wrenches and stuff. As the momentum, I'm assuming, is maintained.
Yes. It hurts. You don't mark any hit points, but it hurts.
Ouch.
Yeah. Spotlight is still with you guys.
While I'm now on the ship.
I want to run up to the deck, but you can continue.
Sure, you can scurrying up.
The way I go. Yeah.
Otto, Branthor, Chestnut.
So there are still a number of things on the ship.
So currently on the ship is a number of pirates who, I'll be honest, are wavering, but also don't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's literally just a number of pirates because the other guy jumped off after his captain. The captain is off the ship. The vulture is off the ship. The other 2 are dead. Yeah.
So I'm just going to be swinging my hook around and just going faster and faster as I walk up. So I said, get off. I didn't give you permission to get on my ship.
Can I float behind him, ominously?
Yeah.
Because I'd like to make a whirlwind attack.
Go for it. I'm never entirely sure how whirlwind attacks should work with hordes. I need to come up with a solution for this, but carry on.
When I make a successful attack against a target within very close range, I can spend a hope to attack all other creatures within very close range.
I'll say you'll be able to hit both. You'll essentially be able to do damage to both hordes with this.
Okay, good.
At least for now. I've come to.
I'm also going to use my one of my Seaborne features.
Ooh.
Or Skyborne in this case.
Skyborne.
Which is Know the Tide, which when I roll with fear, I put a token onto this card. I can hold a number of tokens equal to my level, and before I make an action, I can spend any number of them to add a +1 for each token I spend doing that.
Nice.
I've got 2 currently, because I've rolled with fear twice. So that gives me a +2 to begin with. I'm making a finesse roll, which is another +2. So that's +4 currently. I'll spend a hope for an experience if I can. Again, this feels very chaotic sexy.
I'm going to put a limit on this. This is not chaotic or sexy. You're swinging a chain around to hurt
The
people.
vaguer you get, the more it's like, I'm sure I can use this on that.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll go with a +4. And actually, I've got the hope. I'll spend 3 for No Mercy.
Yeah.
Which gives me a +1 to my attack rolls and +1 to all my attack rolls until my next rest.
Okay.
So that's +5 overall. And that is 18 with hope.
That does hit. Mark that hope.
Yeah, hope. Which is 2d6 +2. Which is 12 points of damage. Physical damage.
That is severe damage to that horde. And what does Whirlwind do
And the
again?
other one takes half that damage.
So 12
So that
to 11?
was 6. Yep.
Sorry, 12 to 6. So that is a major to them. Which, in that moment, because of that
On a
passive...
successful attack,
just very
I
quickly.
can pull the target into melee range.
Cool. You pull a number in towards you, and in that motion of being pulled in, a bunch of them with their passive feature Swashbuckler, when they mark 2 or fewer HP from an attack, the attacker must mark a stress. Actually, what's the range on your hook?
Close.
Close.
Although to Whirlwind, I have to hit very close.
I'm going to say they're within melee, even within that, because it's a swirling chaos.
Yeah.
You must mark
I pull them into melee anyway.
Yeah.
So
You must mark a stress in that moment as they force you to have to work for it, and you're swirling this while dodging blows kind of thing. So you just mark a stress, but it is still your go spotlight.
Right.
Just,
I've got them up close. I've got them all nice and arranged together.
Branthor, Otto.
I'll start punching him.
Actually, because I've got them together, this is the perfect time for Chardonnay to do her thing.
That's a good point.
Yay.
Chardonnay comes running up onto the deck.
So I would like to rain of blade everything that this is in very close range. I spend a hope and I make a spellcast roll.
The 3 of us are peppered with blades.
You are looking to beat
Sorry
a
about
difficulty of 12.
And I do 13 with hope.
With hope.
With
Get that hope back. Roll the damage as they're all wrapped up, pulled in, the chain woven in between them. They're all descending onto Chestnut, and then suddenly
Do any of them count as vulnerable? I guess
none of
not.
them are vulnerable currently. No.
Okay.
But it's good to know that Bryn, you can make a creature vulnerable to.
I can make a creature vulnerable as well.
I can make creature vulnerable as well.
There you go.
Do it.
Each of them take 16 damage.
16, which is the severe threshold, which does. You tell me how this rain of blades cuts down the remaining pirates on the ship.
After sailing through the air, seemingly to her doom, she then appears out of nowhere, and there's sort of I'm just there, and then everything goes out of me, and hits
Scrap cannon.
people in the jugular, hits people in the balls, hits people in where the kidneys are.
Can I ask a cinematic question? Bearing in mind that a bunch of scrap was thrown at your ship and is now littering the floor, is the magic that all of that scrap just telekinesis is just
I would like to think that some of it is, and some of it are my own blades. Yeah,
Yes.
there's a very confusing maelstrom of sharp bits of metal.
As the remaining scrap just tinkers down onto the floor. Hiri and Otto continue to put a lot of power of the ship into the engines and pull away. You dive kind of down round behind a mountain, unsure how close you're being followed behind everything. You take a lot of effort to not be followed. I would like one of you to make a... I'm gonna say... I'm going to say it's agility to essentially lose them from your tail.
Guess that would be Hugh.
I am very agile.
Can I use my experience of emergency maneuvers?
I think so.
Perfect. That is plus. I've only got a +1, +2, so +3. I'm not. Wait, no. I'm not rolling with advantage. I'm rolling with the thing. I got. Wait, that's a 16 with fear.
With fear, I will take the marker. You essentially in like unclear how the battle ahead is going. Essentially, you do a lot of very tight turns as you essentially hit. We go like full like canyon racing essentially at this point as you head through.
This is
there's a lot of the tall stacks that burst the cloud layer as you're doing a lot of tight turns that every so often clip things and stuff. I will let you choose. Do you want the ship to mark a hit point and a stress from the stress you're doing on, or do you want the crew to mark 2 stress each? Just being able to maintain balance and not go cascading around.
The crew are fine.
It's already at 4, so.
Yeah, I'm going to say the crew are fine. Go for it. They can handle it.
Yeah.
So the ship, you're never overly reckless with the ship, but it means you're pulling tighter turns and that kind of thing, and doing things that people aren't expecting that forces everyone to mark 2 stress in that.
Mm-hmm. I just like to kind of just take a hold of Branthor, just like.
Do I mark the stress as well?
Yes, everyone on the ship marks. So that's you having to focus and lock in. As you feel like you lost them, you can settle back into your rhythm. The ship is damaged, and you meet back all at the bridge at this point, where you find the professor underneath
upside
sheets
down
upside down. It's just
job well done.
It's all askew.
I assume we lost them then.
Oh yes, we're a very capable crew.
I see that.
Is he on the deck?
No, he's tangled up in wires and everything on the bridge.
Okay, cool. So we can't see the dead bodies and the one that's missing his head.
No.
Can't see the 2 legs currently just sitting.
I will say in that you do have a set of these metal and leather wings that act as gliders. The engine on it is dead broken. Maybe
Chardonnay, I think you need these because I think this is probably the second time you've been involved in some, falling or flying.
I will whip up a proper loot item, but in my head, essentially what they do is once per. I'll say short rest. I think on a short rest you can essentially get it back. You can mark a stress to essentially, when falling, move about successfully. Essentially.
Yay! This goes great with my general HUD nature of.
Hey, you want?
They absolutely will not lift Branthor.
However, I am going to take all of the discarded, useless rockets to try and work out how I can do anything better.
You can definitely grab. There's only actually one left on the ship because I think someone else got knocked off and the other one jumped off. But you do have that engine part that you take off.
Yeah, it's more I'm trying to learn from it to see how they work to make a better version, and I'll probably get help.
Make a note of that.
Oily Jim and I are sort of taking assessment of the damage done and fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm just sort of looking up at that other bit of barbed wire. And I'll go and unclip that.
Don't need to roll it because you're not under stress. Yeah. You successfully do that.
I take us down into a sort of a cloud bank, so we are, and double check we haven't got any other signals coming out of us.
I'll give you that you're fairly confident no other signals.
Rick for silent running
are pinging out. You kind of pull yourself into an anchor, as you say, within the cloud bank, just to take stock.
Cloud anchor.
I tell you what, can you roll me a knowledge roll, please? Here. as you kind of look around the ship to see what else is going on. No. Clear a stress.
Is it both or one?
Both. Mark a hope. Gain a hope because it's a success with hope, and the crit clears a stress.
Double
in that moment, where as you're like going through, you find that there's a bunch of other stations essentially and equipment that, with the right power pumping through the ship and a bit of time repairing, you can get the various things online. We can discuss that away from it. This is the kind of like the Normandy upgrade portion of the campaign frame, but one that you do find that does seem to be fairly functional, just essentially turned off due to previous damages. There is a soft, like, white button station, but like one button that is like gently pulsing white, that on closer investigation you think is the shields.
Oh.
Which will essentially give your ship armor. In the same way that the rest of you have armor to spend.
Raise shield!
Yeah, that is something we absolutely don't have power for at the moment.
Not right now, but...
we have 2 stress worth of power.
We need to limp into port, I think.
For the record, essentially, you have the ability to, when you take damage, you can mark a stress to reduce the damage by 1 threshold, potentially turning it into none because of the large object passive.
Can I use my fungal network ability? I go into my little communications hub, which is to say it's just an office that I've got like a bunch of mushrooms growing in, cousins of mine. And I would like to put out the spores on the wind to communicate with other fungal, like on other ships, because I imagine we make really good like comms officers on many a ship, and so I would like to try and communicate with them to sort of get a lay of the land or a lay of the sky, just like plot us a safe course home.
Are you still? I was going to say, where's home? You guys are essentially nomads.
to Port Cloudy.
Still heading to Port Cloudy. Yes, please make me an instinct roll. This is essentially navigate.
That is a 13 with fear, but that is a success.
We'll take the fear.
It's
12. In that kind of act, I will say you're a kind of a little distracted from everything that's going on, and not involved in any kind of conversations that's going on. As Ephraim kind of looks around and is like, well, I don't know what you did to anger them quite that much. I thought we just left, but you are certainly impressive folks. So what's the plan now?
I think we'll keep on going to Port Cloudy. We definitely need to do some repairs now.
I think that makes sense. What are we going to do with that? As he points towards the kind of glass map that lit up moments before you came under attack.
Well, I think once we're all moving properly, once we're all once we got this catch all, once we got all this catch all gnawed up, we'll get ready to go on a grand adventure. Because to be honest, I am quite curious about this particular scientific type.
I mean, I would deeply love to know what happened to my friend. So if you're willing to have me with you, start pressing things. Chardonnay, please make me a knowledge roll.
Trust me, with you and me on this ship, we're gonna pilot this old felucca and find out where we're going.
Yeah, I would like to I'd actually like to properly try and study it also. Like, I don't have to steer the ship, I don't have to mend the ship. I like to study this. I do have a -1 to knowledge. We'll see. That is 11.
With?
Oh, sorry. Oh, with fear.
not your best roll, Ellie, considering. I will take the fear. You are kind of pushing buttons, not 100% sure what they do. Sorry, I'm just looking.
It'll all be fun.
Pressing buttons. And essentially you find that each time you kind of try to get in to see what each of these markers are, you essentially get noise come out as like authorization required, password needed, which you do not have. So you have a bunch of markers on a map and have no idea what any of them are right now.
Yeah.
Some appear. I will tell you. You get the like geography layout. Some they are dotted all over. Some appear to be in the inner spires within FUC territory. Some within the outer peaks in the more rural areas, and some, as I said, beyond the map. Also, with that, you do in the process of like keep trying to hammer the button. You do eventually get an electric shock off the back of it, and I do need you to mark a stress.
Are there any settings, like display settings?
What are you imagining?
So I'm imagining on this holographic plane of glass, there's a little sort of maybe hamburger or little cog in the top right. I can press that, and out of sheer annoyance from being told that I don't have access, I'd like to do the things that you do to annoy the fellow classmates and switch the display around and turn it.
Oh, it's been inverted.
Invert the colour and the direction that it shows up in.
I will give you the colour for free. As you successfully invert it to inverted colours on the screen.
And can I set it to Goblin?
I think that one also meets you with an authorization denied, admin access required.
Okay, well, at least it's inverted. And I can be like, we'll go somewhere else that I'm wanting. And I go to the mushroom room.
As you...
Don't come in here, I'm sporing!
Is there anything else anyone would like to do in this moment, or we can head towards the end of this chapter?
What I would like to do is go over to Branthor.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of slap him on the back, again hurting my own hand.
I don't move.
Yep. Ow, geez, you are really tough. Anyway, good job. Also, I've got an idea.
This is going to get us into trouble.
I really want to cut it there because I'm so funny. To black. Sorry, carry on.
So you know how we're going to go looking for this scientist type, right?
That is why I was hired here.
Yeah, now we're going to now we got a clue. So, my plan is, what if we take the little guy with us, and once we get to the port, they can presumably find some money, that sort of thing, and we can maybe get them to sort of pay the way. What do you think? Because I think they could probably be useful around the boat, but I'm not entirely sure what a corvette like this could do with a little weedy guy. So, you know how you do like metalwork stuff and things like that?
Yes.
Do you think you could teach them how to sort out the sails?
Do you know how to sort out the sails?
I assumed you were going to be like, he's little and you know metalwork, so why don't we attach those legs that we got off that guy?
Well, you're all about
Chardonnay, that's a brilliant idea.
Oh yeah, you also have reverse jointed metal legs.
Oh, Chardonnay, would you like to be taller?
No.
I so much would.
There is a reward for him.
Yeah, but not for his legs, right?
Well, we could just say we killed him and we got.
We did throw him off the side
evidence.
of the ship.
The legs?
No, we threw him
No,
off the side of the
course
ship.
not.
We've got the legs.
I can borrow them.
Yeah,
And
for the
then-
meantime.
We can turn them into a little walker thing that you can
Yeah, like what is it? The something dwarves in Warhammer?
Oh yeah, the Chaos Dwarf.
Chaos Dwarves.
I will say, yes, it will take some time. You will have to start a project to do stuff with this.
We've got a metalworker, we've got engineer, we've got a mechanic.
And we've got a little person who wants to be a top.
So just for my understanding, your plan is to try and educate Ephraim in becoming a sail repairer.
I mean, I will point out that Branthor has no idea how to fix sails because he is a metal worker, not a sailwright.
The sails are made of Mithral.
No, the sails are threaded with Mithral.
The sails are threaded with Mithral.
Yes, which is not metalworking, it is sail. It is a sail.
Right.
weaver.
Okay.
They
So
are
what you're
not
saying is you
sail.
can't help me.
I cannot fix sails, that is not part of my skill set.
Well,
Right.
fucking make yourself useful around the house. I'd say telepathically to you using to cast
I'm
telepathy.
happy to try.
Do you want me to fix the hull of the ship, perhaps? Seeing as none of you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I've been doing that since day fucking one.
Yes, and I can see the sloppy wells from a mile away.
I cast blinding bolt at him.
So you go about
I
taking
am
care of this
still
Billiander.
unstoppable. So it just bounces.
Isn't unstoppable till end of scene?
It doesn't. It doesn't actually say. After you make a damage roll that deals one or
When
more
the
hit
scene-
points,
When the
increase.
scene ends, remove the die and drop out of unstoppable.
Oh, where does this? Oh, yeah. So it does. Sorry, I missed. Somehow managed to miss that.
Do you actually fire that bolt?
No, I'll do Arcane Barrage and spend 6 vote neck.
With your plans in place, coming to the conclusion, essentially, at anchor in the middle of nowhere, you do not have the skills necessary to repair your sails. You have still a name engine in need of a cleanup, but your solar crystals are in a decent enough nick, at least. Taking a bit of charge out, but otherwise, tip-top. As you sail off and you see over the horizon, kind of cresting into view, the port town of Port Cloudy. That is a good place for us to end this chapter of our story and pick it up another time. The verandas and docklands of the port beckoning you to a little bit of rest, maybe a little bit of wine and some much needed repairs. We'll pick up the story another time and continue our story then. But until then,
Yay!
see you later.